Emiru gets assaulted as TwitchCon fails, as Assaulter gets slight punishment, and Protector gets total punishment. Now, this folks, I've always hated Twitch. I've always hated Twitch as a platform, right? Why? Because the hardest way to grow as a creator is as a live streamer, okay? And Twitch is purpose-built for live streaming, something which can only really be sustainable when you have a core audience. There is nothing worse than seeing a creator live streaming on his own or on her own, although that's far rarer, playing a game, streaming to no one. I'm like, I feel so sorry for you, man. Because I would never do that. My mentor would never do that. Because there's no point streaming to no one. Unfortunately, as sad as that sounds, and I'll make this clear right here, right now, I'm not a fan of meetups. I'm not a fan of content houses. I'm not a fan of institutionalizing what we do. And so the whole idea of TwitchCon to me is mental. Even when it was good, when it first started years ago. Jay Viper was at the very first TwitchCon, folks, when it started. And I regard him as a very well-respected, well-established creator. Even under those circumstances, I am not for I am not for these bloody meetups. Okay, I was supposed to say I am against, not I am not against. You know, blooper, ladies and gentlemen, blooper. I get other people's perspective because I'm not used to laying back while speaking. Go ahead, Hellbound.
First of all, before I continue, I just want to say something really, really important. I think no matter what the personal and the branching perspectives of the whole situations are, I think we can all agree something like this should not have been allowed to happen. Not only, like, first of all, it shouldn't be allowed to happen to the visitors there, to the people who are just going there as an audience, much less to someone who is kind of part of the reason that so many people are there in the first place and have bought tickets, and should be, no matter what you think, they should be more protected because they're part of the show. If you're a huge band, let's say, in a concert, you would expect that you have a little bit more privacy and security, and there wouldn't be allowed to have some psycho to come and be uninterrupted hugging you, and in this case trying to kiss you, and possibly because there were several seconds before anyone reacted, and I think we all know what can happen in just 2 or 3 seconds in these situations. So this shouldn't have happened. So you can think of it from a lot of perspectives, how it is something that is a culture of online like mentality, that they think that they're important and they think that they have a connection with the streamer. All these things are true, but nothing should be like this, especially from the side of the organizers, who are Twitch in this case. TwitchCon has utterly failed, and this is not the first example. This is not the first time that they have failed to do something like this, but this time is just even bigger. And one of the reasons that it's bigger is because more critical eyes are pinned at Twitch due to our second topic, which we'll get to in a minute. But this thing is just showcasing exactly how bad.
Wow.
Bad. Oh, this is the other clip.
Well, that's the other clip, but I wanted to bring up something first, because I really wanted to quantify this whole situation before actively sharing my screen. One thing I know for certain, folks, I need a new goddamn mouse. Because this.
I thought we were saying a new bat.
Okay, so that's
Two.
what you know for sure.
Okay, folks, while this is courtesy of a name that's difficult to pronounce, but while Emiru was assaulted at TwitchCon, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy almost killed another female content creator by slamming her head down. And yes, my signal is screaming at me, so we better play this before my system crashes.
Go for it.
Guys, I am not a trained professional. Don't try this at home.
Don't even try this at an event.
You know,
This is like a wrestling move.
yeah, it is. It is
wrestling.
And you know, he's
Welcome
sitting
to
there dressed like
WWE TwitchCon.
some
Let's get ready to
hillbilly,
rumble.
okay, like some hillbilly, like old drunk at a party who's like not putting
With a
keeping
sack
his
of
hands on
potatoes.
himself. Yeah, with these women probably half his fucking age. Oh, sorry.
Guys,
Yeah.
problematic John has really
100%.
let himself go.
Oh.
Okay. Really has. But yeah, people were warning about this happening because Twitch's security is so lax, folks. It's so lax. It's so down.
Well,
Well,
why is
shoot,
there
I mean, we've
always
had-
something happening every year at TwitchCon? Wasn't it last year or the year before? There was some woman, she was an adult film star, then she turned into a Twitch streamer, as they tend to do once they age out, and she was in some ball pit and she broke her spine. That's
Yeah.
also why Dan Clancy has no self-awareness when he's body slamming another girl here, by the way. Like, you already broke somebody else's spine like a year ago. Maybe cool it on the spine busters, all right?
Courtesy of another name that's unpronounceable.
Yeah.
So many women
Shenanigan.
saying they weren't going to be attending TwitchCon this year because they don't feel safe. And then this happens to Emiru on day
Check it out.
one. And yeah,
One,
it's like
2,
Mhm.
3,
Wow.
almost 3 full seconds of uninterruption. And some people are actually saying that he actually pulled out something out of his sleeve.
Yeah, what if he
afterwards.
had a knife? That's,
Yeah, that's what they're
Also,
saying. Because
also, let's pay Let's pay attention to the fact that she was also next to another guy, and he just stood there and didn't bother to do
difficult to say if he
anything.
was a guy, by the way. Like I see a blue light on his head. Oh, that's his hair. Sorry.
I see a beard, and if he tries to claim that he's a woman, then he's a fucking retard.
True.
No, what people need to understand in this situation is that simps stand back and stand by. Okay.
Yep, this is true.
And Fitchkick is saying in chat, and that's something that I was going to say about the personal security. Now, the thing is about the personal security is that Emiru had her personal security up until 2 years ago, where he prevented something like that actually doing his motherfucking job, and Twitch permabanned him because he was holding another person like detained. He didn't hurt him. He didn't break his bones. He didn't do anything. And
all he did was
guy
just
who
detain him
reacted-
until the police showed up.
Yep. And the guy who reacted in this clip was also part of her own security detail, even though it's not her preferred one. Twitch security did nothing. Not before, not during, not afterwards. That guy walked away unbothered. There are several clips of it. He unbothered. Allegedly, he got ID'd by the police later, but that's alleged. That we don't know if that happened because nothing has followed. You don't have anything.
This is the big problem, folks. Twitch has been so unaccountable for so many years that they can do, say, and get away with practically anything, and it only adds more poison to the landscape that is content creation, that is live streaming, that is shorts video making. And there's a lot of poison out there, folks. I don't think there is a platform without this problem. Okay, not on the big ones, not on the small ones. All of these platforms have a poisonous problem in that the only way they can make a name for themselves effectively is to do one of two things. One is to suck up to the establishment and climb the greasy pole that way, or two, turn their institution into a fucking clique where the only way you can rise through the ranks is to join that clique, to join that cult, in a sense. And with the bigger platforms, it's appealing to the establishment. For the smaller platforms, it's building that institutional clique. Okay, Twitch has an extra layer of protection because of Amazon. Amazon don't give a damn about all of Twitch's controversies because there is no such thing as bad publicity to them. And what we all need to realize, folks, as viewers and as content creators, that on average, not always, but on average, the more prominent the creator, the more skeletons are in their closet.
True.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Beast has literal skeletons in his closet.
Oh, yeah.
He has dead soulless eyes. It irks me.
Probably allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I will say that.
I want to say something about what Digny said. Like, Twitch as a live streaming platform started exactly as the opposite of that dishonesty, by the way. The streaming services as a whole started to be able to see the person as they are, as he or she is. So, because when you're streaming, you don't get edits. You don't get to edit your voice, your muttering, your stuttering, your inadvertently saying words and stuff like that, or whatever is happening. You're there in front of a live audience, which was reserved to special TV shows before that. Like when you're saying when you're in a like a celebrity show or something like that. And now when you get normal people that, let's say, through what was that back then, Vine and stuff like that, suddenly trying to live stream, then you get to see them who are. And it was a bit of a more a way to connect with people, to make it a bit more personal, and it got spoiled really, really quick.
I miss when Twitch TV was just in TV and we just used it to watch pay-per-views without paying for them.
And that's the the underground nature of how that started was incredible. And the way it came to an end was that it got bought out. Now, that's another potential option, folks.
Yeah.
It happened to YouTube many moons ago. It happened to Twitch. That's how it's known as Twitch today. You can be bought out, right? I've made this clear. My mentors made this clear, that we're never going to sell out because we're not a financially motivated group of people. We're not communists, folks. In fact, Helzo is based in a country that had a good dose of fucking communism. We are people who believe that anyone can do what we do, that it takes all sorts to be a content creator,
absolutely,
and that you shouldn't be thrown under the bus for being problematic.
And remember, even Rumble is publicly traded on the stock market, which means that it can easily be bought out if enough people, pull their money together and want to buy Rumble. That could happen as well.
Well, Yasto
I got 350.
Yasto makes a point about Kick. Kick was poisonous from the start, not because of anything the platform did, but because of its poisonous foundations. In that their biggest investor, the biggest company that invested in Kick, has a consistent record of selling gambling to children. And they've distanced themselves quite a bit from that origin, folks. However, they're still the biggest investors.
Well, they've also pivoted to outrage streaming. It seems like every other week somebody on Kick has injured someone, destroyed somebody's car, ended somebody's
because they don't have that moderation.
Yeah,
they don't have that supposed moderation. You can
the Roger Jackson situation happened with him streaming all that incident on Kick, if I'm not mistaken. So
didn't that streamer in Korea who got arrested? Who was that?
Johnny Somali.
Didn't he stream on Kick because he could do what he did? And by what he did, it's get beat up left and right at the end.
Kick's niche has become nuisance streaming. And good luck to you if you're just trying to stream a video game over there or stream a podcast. I got a 7-day ban on Kick for saying that a certain country was an asshole country. All right, where a lot of scammers come from, and it's not India. It's the other one in Africa.
Nigeria.
Yes, there you go. There you go. I didn't want to say it just in case.
Disgusting, tangent kings of new.